steal.
Havlicek run into by Caldwell Jones. 2 on Jones. Gene Shue has his center with 2 fouls on him. Here's the move.
Good move. Havlicek gets him up in the air. He could have shot the layup, but he took the bounce instead, threw the foul. That's Curtis, so good job, Curtis.
Wicks replaces him. Rowe, well done, both ends. Rebounding. Erving sits down. Mix replaces him. Well, that's only the 3rd miss for Havlicek in the series. He was 25 of 27 from the foul line, but it is penalty situation, so we'll have 2 more shots. Wicks comes on. 6th man roll for him. Havlicek 5 points going on 6. And this would open up the Celtics' largest lead at 8. If he hits it. There's Steve Mix. He's averaging 11 a game in this series. There it is, 25-17. The Celtics by 8. Less than 3 minutes to go in the first. Now the matchup is Mix and Wicks. Coaches responding to each other in that power forward substitution. Collins, Charlie Scott fouled him. And that is 2 on Charlie.
Collins again moving so well without that ball. Reverses his direction, comes in. He's a tough man to guard, even with Charlie Scott's speed and quickness. Collins has got as much.
The Celtics still have a foul away. Outside Caldwell Jones. A rare outside shot for him.
That's a first.
He's hit all 3 of the shots he's made. First outside one. 25-19. Penetration. Cowens missed again from outside. Loose ball foul underneath against Sidney Wicks, and that's the 4th team foul. Cowens has taken 3 shots from outside. He's missed them all. That one he waited a little bit longer.
Yes, he did, as a matter of fact. I thought he might knock that one home. He shot it a little low.
While Jones ties his shoe in the backcourt, 76ers go for it. That's why Cowens is double teaming up front, because Jones is in the backcourt. 20-second injury timeout. I don't go for that at all, Cruz. Man's tying his shoe.
Well, theoretically, they are entitled to 1 20-second injury timeout per half. They have just exercised, their right to it for equipment, I guess. The trainer runs out to make it legal, I imagine, but we saw him tying a shoe. That's what it was about. But now it's used up. Now, if someone gets hurt, it would cost them a timeout.
All right, so the shot clock is down to 15 now for Philadelphia. Now Jones comes up high to exchange passes with Bibby. Bibby works the pick for Mix. Off for Jones. Good play run by Philadelphia. 8 points for Caldwell Jones. He's only been averaging 4. Philadelphia's cut the 8-point deficit to 4. 25-21. Wicks moves on McGinnis. McGinnis swipes it out of bounds.
Lenny, on that play there, if they want Cowens to help them, they've got to pursue and get back into the play and get to his man. In other words, they need the support D from the weak side because Cowens is helping out every time. And as we've said, that releases Jones to the basket, so someone's got to compensate and pick him up.
Quick jumper by Havlicek. Wicks took it away from Jones. Jones blocks it right back. Scott, it was knocked into Cowens' face. Cowens missed everything.
David is just up too high. He's over anxious. I'll tell you, he doesn't normally miss steal that way. He wants it too badly. There is a point where you can get up too high for a game.
1:35 left in the quarter. Celtics have led most of the way. And Wicks does what McGinnis did at the other end. Lloyd Freese coming on for the 76ers. He replaces Doug Collins. Last game that was played here, Free went wild. Well, it was 2 games ago. He was the big gun. Now it comes outside for him. He told me his only shot that isn't his shot is from half court.
Well, he was a little late getting one off tonight. It took him 3 seconds. Generally, he comes in shooting.
Charlie Scott traveled with it. Had trouble controlling the pass from White.
Well, we touched on this before the game, Lenny, that the Philadelphia was going to come out loosey-goosey and the Celtics going to come out with great intensity. Now, I think this is what we're seeing happening. The Celtics have the intensity, but it's causing them to be a little over-anxious on their shooting and ball handling.
Crowd yells, shoot. Why not? Scott blocked it. Here comes Charlie Scott tiptoeing on the sideline. Cowens passes up the shot into Wicks, over Mix. McGinnis fell off. 52 seconds left in the quarter. 25-21 Celtics. They're led by 8. McGinnis off for Jones as Cowens was helping out again. 10 points for Jones.
Okay, I don't want to beat this into the ground, but it's obvious that Philadelphia is playing Cowens to help out on the penetrator. When he does, whoever's guarding that penetrator has to go and help Jones, or else from the weak side they need to help.
Havlicek looked for Wicks. Jones got a hand in there. Let's pause for stage identification. This is the Boston Celtics Television Network.
We're for WBZ TV, Boston.
25 seconds left in the quarter. 7 seconds on the shot clock. White deep. Bangs it home. 11 points for White. 27-23 Celtics. Philadelphia will go for one shot with 12 seconds left in the first quarter. Crowd, every time Free touches the ball, yells, shoot. Why not? He has shot every time he's touched the ball. Missed all three. 3-on-1 right here. 1 second left. Off. 27-23. Celtics lead it by 4. 12 minutes of basketball gone. JoJo White has led the way with an 11-point performance.
Recently, the Yellow Pages selected 49 different retailers, from bakers and bankers to restaurants and roofers. Each was given a special phone number to appear only in their ad in the Yellow Pages. During a measured time period, all incoming calls were metered. The minimum number of calls to any retailer was 156. The maximum, 3,575. Proof it pays to run your business in the Yellow.
First quarter, Philadelphia is outshot Boston, even though they're trailing by 4. Philly's just a shade under 50%. The Celtics are 41%. We'll keep our eye on Cowens. He missed his first 4. If he can heat up, the Celtics will be in good shape here. Getting ready to start the second quarter. Will there be a Game 7 Sunday? This man will have a lot to do with it. Erving back in the lineup. He didn't play in the fourth quarter of Game 5. It was thought he had some knee problems, but they said he could have played him, but there was no need to with the way things were going. All right, Bibby watches the hot man, JoJo White, who had 11. Free watches Scott. Cowens was free for a moment, and then Mix got back into play. 7 seconds left on the shot clock, and Cowens will inbound it. Celtic out of bounds play. Sidney Wicks from the corner. Mix on him. Wicks goes on top. Cowens got a tap, and they're saying it went over the top of the basket. This telecast, presented by authority of the Boston Celtics and WBZ TV Sports, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Celtics and WBZ TV Sports is prohibited. They're saying the 76ers touched it last before it went over the top. Havlicek on the drive. Cowens on the tip. Havlicek third chance. Celtics get the first bucket second quarter. Hard work on the offensive board.
They're winning the board battle, but it's a question of whether they can do it in the second half as well. Philadelphia appears to me to be working much less and kind of saving themselves.
Well, there's no reason for the Celtics to save, not in the situation they find themselves in. Erving lost it. 24 seconds had run out. Celtic ball.
Celtics continue to play good D. Here's Cowens on the switch, playing Erving, forcing the turnover.
Another offensive rebound.
Beautiful.
Good passing. Wicks to Havlicek. Havlicek has 10 points. The Celtics lead by 8 again.
Good alert play by Sidney Wicks. He had the layup, gave it up, made that extra pass, and turned up a layup for John.
Erving, here we go. One-on-one basketball. Foul. Havlicek doesn't like the call. Jake O'Donnell says Havlicek fouled him. John picks up his first. Erving will have 2 free throws. Here's how the Celtics went up by 8 again, their largest lead.
There it is. Charlie Scott makes a good penetrating pass. The Celtics have been known for years for making that one extra pass. So many coaches talk about making that one extra pass on your continuity. The pass that leads to the layup rather than taking the quick jumper to chose.
Erving goes 83% during this series, 78 regular season, 0 for 0, game 6. Shue and Jack McMahon, his assistant. Cowens dribbles into Mix. Here goes Sidney Wicks. Fouled by Jones. Wicks went charging through like a freight train. And Shue is up. Caldwell Jones just picked up foul number 3. The Celtics, I'll tell you, they are putting on some moves.
Boy, that's the way to go to the basket.
Technical foul on Gene Shue. Shue has just been whistled. He came all the way up to half court, and Don Murphy said, get back to your bench. So before the Wicks free throws, White will get the technical free throw. The Celtics, their biggest lead by 9 now, 32-23.
I'll tell you, the Celtics are aroused. We anticipated they'd come out with this kind of intensity. Let's hope they save a little for that second half, because I think that's when Philly will make their move.
Wicks has done very well free throw shooting during the playoffs. He had a lackluster regular season from the line, but he's up over 80% when it counts. And this can give the Celtics an 11-point lead. No, 10, 33-23. Minute 45 gone. Timeout called by Philadelphia. So the Celtics have taken control in game 6. As well they have to. With 10:15 remaining till halftime, the Celtics lead it 33-23. Technical on Gene Shue.
The people in my family are the most important people in my life. Like our parents. Even though we moved out of state, we still call them every week. All I have to do is wait till 5 o'clock, dial the number myself, no operator involved, and I can talk for 10 minutes for $2.60 or less. And that rate goes for every state except Alaska and Hawaii. And even if they live there, we'd still call them. We love them.
This is famous Tuborg beer, the golden beer of Danish kings. Only centuries of the Danish brewer's art could achieve its noble character for lightness and flavor. Our Tuborg Gold is now brewed in America by appointment to the Royal Danish Court. So for about what you pay for the king of beers, you can have Tuborg Gold, the golden beer of Danish kings.
The West End House offers Boston youth opportunities in the cultural arts, sports, various clubs, and summer camp. For information, call 782-6041.
Well, the Celtics have rarely ever gone down and through in a game played here at Boston Garden. It happened in that famous Havlicek injured shoulder Knicks series of 73, but you got to figure that Celtics aren't about to go down easily, if they are to go down at all. Philadelphia ball, 10:15 remaining in the half. Philadelphia's yet to take a shot in the second quarter, and the Celtics lead by 10. Mix comes up. They set it up for Erving. Dawkins is in the game at center now. Erving misses. Celtic ball. Erving, 4 points. Nothing here in the second quarter so far. 2 minutes gone in the quarter. Wicks over. Sidney Wicks is fired up. I will tell you. Wicks will go to the line again. Foul against Steve Mix. And that's 1 on Mix. This is Sidney Wicks' first year ever in a playoff after some years with Portland. And I don't know. I didn't talk to him before the game. I just got to figure that he came out saying, I'm not going down now.
Well, I'll tell you, I hate to sound corny, but so much has been said over the years about Celtic pride and mystique. And as a matter of fact, Philadelphia players were kind of making a little fun about it yesterday. But you're seeing a tangible expression of what the Celtic pride is all about, what it means to these guys.
Wicks has missed 3 out of 4 free throws here in the second quarter. Free takes it. Hasn't hit one yet. Still no second chances. Celtics come back. Charlie Scott works Cowens screens effectively. Cross courts it for White. In for Wicks. Backs off over Mix. Strong. Darryl Dawkins, the kid center, with the rebound. And coming down court, a whistle and a foul. Goes against Sidney Wicks. And he's saying it's a backcourt foul as he and Steve Mix exchanged some contact coming up the floor. I didn't see it.
Evidently, I didn't see the play either, but I know Wicks and Mix have been, excuse the pun, but mixing it up under the basket, and evidently Sidney got caught.
First point for Philadelphia, quarter number 2, 2:35 gone. No field goals for the 76ers in the second. Mix gets him home. 8-point Celtic lead at 33-25. Cowens working on a schneid, hasn't scored one yet. Dawkins is up on Wicks. Wicks takes him in anyway. Score. Oh, they're taking it away. Offensive foul on Wicks. 3 on Wicks.
That'll hurt a little bit. Sidney picking up his third. Sidney is going to the basket very strong and tough, but you can't clear house with that inside hand when you go in. That's like waving the flag. It's an obvious foul.
Erving. Cowens clears. Cowens may not be scoring at one end, but he's certainly rebounding at the other. Charlie Scott goes all the way. Dawkins, rebound, goaltender. Give the basket to Charlie Scott.
Here's the Scott penetration. Rainbow hook. Dawkins goes up. Well, that was close.
Jake O'Donnell says it was goaltending. Now Mix moves in on Wicks. Battle this is tonight. And Mix gets his first field goal, first Philadelphia field goal of the second quarter after 3.5 minutes are played. 35-27, Boston. Cowens not looking to shoot. Scott is. Cowens, I think, will get caught. Well, someone was cleared out. Let's see.
No question.
Loose ball foul.
An unnecessary foul. Dawkins may be the strongest man in the league, and he's pushing JoJo out of the play. There's not much need for that.
Erving sits down.
Takes a risk.
McGinnis is back in. Foul on Dawkins. A lot of contact underneath. It went against the kid, his first. Cowens, flip pass for Havlicek, fouled by Lloyd Free.
Beautiful fake by Havlicek. Good backdoor move. Cowens hit him over the pick. There it is. He takes the fake. In the traffic, pick up the 3 rather than the quick 2 if you can.
Well, that's the 4th team foul already against Philadelphia's second quarter. And we still have 8:10 remaining, so everyone after this is going to be bonus. Havlicek from the line. He's only missed 3 out of 31 he's taken against Philadelphia. 12 points already for Havlicek. Philadelphia calls another timeout. They've scored just 4 points in the first quarter of the quarter. All right, 8:08 left till halftime. Celtics still lead it by 10.
You won't take a personal check?
No.
How about this credit card?
Wrong one.
Wrong one. Well, is there a Bay Bank around here?
Right across the street.
We'll be right back.
For money you need in a hurry, use your Bay Bank cash card. It lets you
Oh, there's the kid Dawkins. Big bull he is. They called that timeout because Lloyd Free was injured during the contact with John Havlicek, and they're working on him over on the Philadelphia bench. So Free sits down. Bibby replaces him. Kid Dawkins, 245, 6'11", 20 years old.
No visible change in strategy, by the way, by either team. Celtics playing with more aggressiveness, but the same, trying to accelerate play. Philadelphia going low. Tommy Heinsohn substituting the same as ever.
Yeah. Well, he only made one substitution this time, just Wicks for Rowe, not the 2 he made the other night. Ball off of Dawkins' fingers? No, they're calling it off of White's. Well, there's 8 seconds left on the shot clock for Philadelphia to work. Erving is resting. Free must have a bloody nose over there on the bench. He has a towel to it. Bibby. Yeah. His first point. 37-29, Boston by 8, 7:45 left in the first half.
Celtics have to take it to the basket. They're shooting bonus, and they want to take advantage of it by bringing the ball in rather than looking for the jumper.
Good point. Scott moves in, offense. Charlie Scott called again. That's his third. He and Wicks both have 3, and Curtis Rowe is going to come back in. I assume he will replace Scott and move Havlicek to the backcourt.
And that's one of the problems in trying to implement the strategy we were talking about a moment ago. If you're too anxious to bring it in and the defense sags a little bit, you can pick up charge calls.
Collins nearly lost it, trying to move out Scott. Scott's got 3. Wicks got a hand in there. Mix outside, over to Collins. Yeah, good move by Collins. And that is his first field goal. So a couple of guys getting in the scoring column now for Philadelphia. They've cut the lead down to 6. 37-31 with 7 minutes to go in the first half. Now they're looking for Cowens low, but Wicks takes it from outside. No. Dawkins lost it to Scott. Here's White, wide open. Bibby comes up on him.
See the Celtics being very careful, looking for the best possible shot.
They'll get Cowens pushing Dawkins away. That'll be 2 fouls on Dave Cowens, and it's going to be Philadelphia ball again.
Watch the inside hand as Cowens with a little shove.
So Scott sits down, Rowe replaces him, Havlicek moves to the backcourt, and 3 team fouls against the Celtics. That clears up all the paperwork. 6:35 left first half. Philadelphia can cut it to 4 here. McGinnis doesn't do it. Look at the way they move back for that rebound. Here comes JoJo White. Cowens trailing the play. Tries to go inside. Hits his first. First basket for Dave Cowens. And there's Gail Granick. She's one of our sportscasters here on TV4. Liking the action from courtside. 39-31. Celtics lead by 8 as Cowens hits his first. Mix over Wicks. Good defense. Here come the Celtics. They lead by 8, going on 10. 6 minutes left in the half. JoJo White. Dawkins pulls it down. Contact, no calls. Mix moves in all the way. 5 points for Mix, all in the second quarter. 39-33. Celtics by 6. Cowens inside for Rowe, back outside. 2 straight for Cowens. All right, she says. 41-33. 5.5 to go in the half. Cowens has come alive.
All he had to do was get that lid off. That first one helped.
McGinnis backing in on Rowe, 1-on-1. This is the George show. Outside for Collins. To the hoop. Cowens rebound. There they go.
Philadelphia obviously not moving as well as they did the other night offensively, but a lot of that has to do with the Celtic defense.
Curtis Rowe offensive rebound. The Celtics lead it by 10. Well, Philly came back within 6, had a chance to go within 4. 2 Dave Cowens hoops and a Curtis Rowe offensive rebound. 43-33 Celtics.
Philadelphia is out rebounding the Celtics by 30 in this series, about 6 a game, but that is not the story tonight. The Celtics have dominated both backboards.
Look at Cowens on Mix. Inside for Bibby. Good pass. Mix to Bibby.
Good cut there. Good movement without the ball. Philadelphia has not been getting that. They want to try to exploit Dawkins now that he's in there. Good pass.
Cowens to White. Foul is called. Well, this will send White to the line. Erving's back in the game. Mix sits down. Lloyd Freeze coming back. Bibby's got 3 fouls on him. And Bibby's going to take a walk to the sideline.
The exception of Dawkins, a very strong Philadelphia.
Does not get it. The follow by Cowens. No. Erving stepped on the sideline. Celtic ball.
Celtics continue to bang that offensive board and alertly going after those loose balls.
Well, White thought he was sitting down. No, that's not true. Scott comes in the game, and it's Wicks who's taking a rest. Celtics are going with a 6-man team here in Game 6. Philly so far has used 8 guys.
Well, Celtics got lucky there. They had the pass thrown away, but Cowens reacted and touched it before it went out. There's the out-of-bounds play. They try to line up tight and bring that outside man around for the jumper. Now they swing it.
Scott on the drive. And the Celtics have opened up a 12-point margin, 47-35 on the move by Charlie Scott past Doug Collins. Collins gets it back in a foul as men hit the deck. And if it's on Cowens, it would be 3. Yeah.
Oh, that's a good, strong drive by Cowens. Oh, I like that kid. He is some kind of basketball player.
But Cowens has 3 fouls on him. The doctor.
That's what they have to be careful of, Lenny, is not, again, with this kind of intensity, not pick up too many foul troubles and problems in the first half.
So Collins cannot convert the 3-point play. McGinnis runs into Curtis Rowe trying to intercept the pass. And George picks up his first. Bonus, Rowe goes to the line for 2 with 3:20 left in the half and the Celtics leading by 10. Erving, by the way, has shot 2 of 8 tonight. Hasn't hit in the second quarter. Rowe will try again here to get ready. Missed 2 in the first quarter. Celtics by 11. Chance to tie their big margin of 12, which they had a moment ago. Harvey Catchings is now in the lineup as the Philadelphia center. Shue goes to his 3rd center. The 3 centers have totaled 44 points in 6 games. Free gets his own rebound. And Free has his first basket. Here's Havlicek. Has no one to pass to. Gets it back to Cowens. Less than 3 minutes to go in the half. Celtic lead is 10. Rowe, one-on-one against McGinnis. Off for Havlicek, wide open. 14 points for John Havlicek.
Give Rowe credit. He's the guy who penetrated and drew the double team and laid it off to the free man.
Lloyd free. McGinnis came down with it. Oh, if they call Cowens.
I hope that's not 4. I think
yes.
It is. Yes,
4 fouls on Cowens.
Tommy will have to go to the bench.
Well, puts Philadelphia in the bonus. Dave Cowens has some words for Don Murphy. Cowens will be substituted.
Well, McGinnis brings it to him. David reached in, but kind of foul. I think they could have let go from a Celtics standpoint at least.
Take another look.
There it is again. McGinnis gets the rebound. Yeah, Cowens reaches in. There's no question about that. But it looks like, from here at least, that he's got his hand on the ball. But it's not the way it was ruled.
Well, Cowens came alive second quarter. Heads to the bench. Celtics in command at 51-39. McGinnis will have 2 more chances to make 1 now. That's his 9th point. So I'll have another chance in the penalty situation. 2:34 remain, first half. If McGinnis makes this, it's a 10-point Celtic advantage. Double figures for McGinnis now with 10. He is the leading Philadelphia scorer, tied with Caldwell Jones, who's now on the bench. Celtics have to go with Tom Boswell at center now, guarded by Harvey Catchings. JoJo White from outside. Rowe battling again for rebounds. Free falls down with the ball, and the Celtics steal. There's Rowe, pass from Wicks. That is 2.
Beautiful.
Delay of game warning, I think, is going to be called against Tom Boswell for touching the ball. So it's a 12-point lead once again for the Celtics, 53-41.
Yeah, the Celtic aggressive play continues to pay dividends. They're all over Free on the ground. Alert play. Again, Rowe keeps his cool, takes the fake, gets his 2.
Collins going to the hoop. Catchings was fouled by Boswell as Philadelphia now with Cowens out gets a second opportunity. First foul on Boswell. His expressions usually tell it all.
Wicks has to be careful here. He's got 3. He doesn't want to pick up his 4th with 4 on Cowens. Tommy, I don't think, has a choice. With Cowens out, he needs Wicks' rebounding in there.
Cowens with 4 on him. Philadelphia off to another bad free throw shooting night. 5, 6 misses so far in the first half. Make it 7. Catchings now goes for the hat trick.
I'll tell you, missing free throws can become contagious, too. It affects the individual, obviously, missing them, but sometimes the entire team starts going the same way.
Catchings goes snide for 3. Celtics a 12-point lead, can go up by 14 with 1:50 to go in the half. Boswell working Catchings, takes a fadeaway jumper. Short. McGinnis. And a foul is called in the backcourt.
Very smart play by McGinnis there. He sensed Rowe was on his back, just slowed up for a moment in the backcourt, caused Rowe to run into him and pick up his 3 for 2.
Second foul against Rowe. Now McGinnis to the line, see if he can do any better. He's made 2 out of 3 tonight from the line. George has only averaged 60 in the series from the line, 60% free throw shooting. If he makes it, it's a 10-point. Okay, it's been basically a 10-point Celtic lead in this first half. Gone back and forth either way a few points. 1:42 left, 53-43 Boston. Oh, there it is.
JoJo White does the same thing Collins does. He hides behind the pick except on top. Collins does it on the side. If you look to overplay, anticipate he's going to pop out for the jumper, he goes back door. That's what we saw him do there.
Erving moves through as Wicks has to be careful. He's got fouls on him. Free gets a hand in there. Boswell gathers it in. 70 seconds to go in the half. Joe's got 16 already. Off for Boswell. That's the penetration. Wicks keeps it alive. Erving brings it back.
Big miss. He rushed it a little bit. Celtics could have used that one.
Erving gets it off for Collins.
All right, Collins gives it back, but he may have gotten fouled on a rebound.
Foul on Boswell. Well, Philadelphia's been traveling to the line more than Boston has.
Lenny, that's where that playoff experience means so much. We're looking at Tommy Boswell there. He had the inside position. We've seen Curtis Rowe and Wicks the last 3 or 4 minutes get the same position and give it that one fake. You know, there's the one count before you go up to make sure of the shot. Tommy rushed it a little bit and he paid the price.
Collins is just 2 of 5 from the line. 44 seconds left as Havlicek brings it across against Collins and a 9-point Celtic lead. Cross court for White. Moves past Lloyd Free. Flips over McGinnis. The battle. Celtic ball off the head of Catchings. 30 seconds to go. I find it amusing. White's got 16, Havlicek 14. They're the 2 big guns, and they were the 2 involved in that little semi-controversy over substitutions after the last game. So both of them came out saying,
they reacted the right way. A steal.
Erving on the dunk. 14 points for Erving. Philadelphia has now crept silently within 7. Not so silently after the last Erving move. 17 seconds. Celtics go for 1 shot. They led by as much as 12. They'd like to go into the locker room with a 9-point lead.
I'll tell you, that's too bad because Gene Shue is perfectly willing to settle for a 10-point deficit at halftime. He figures that he'll have taken the Celtics' best shot. And as I say, they've saved their own. That one helps a little.
Rose banged home his 12th point, and it is halftime. So